Hello, everybody. It's Desi. I just want to wish everybody a happy Valentine's Day. Um, Hope everybody is having a beautiful day with their loved ones. And if nobody has a Valentine's, I hope they're still having a good day. There's other things you can do. If you have nobody, maybe watch some funny movies, bake, cook. Um, just relax. Just, just take care of yourself. Enjoy yourself. Get a mani, a pedi, a facial, anything, you know. Um, I was trying to upload before, but my Wi-Fi just kept going, so I wanted to do it early this morning. Wish everybody a happy Valentine's Day. But I do have a story. Um, the story is because I don't really watch cable that much anymore. The prices have skyrocketed. It's crazy. I only watch like YouTube now. I watch like YouTube, Netflix, mostly YouTube though. I enjoy just watching stuff like that and my friends on there because it's just insane how much money it is now. But I was watching this thing about like relationships and how people are so desperate that they'll do anything just to have a partner, and they'll go through all these things. And I felt so bad because I was like, you know what? I was like basically screaming at the TV, like, no, what's wrong with you? What are you, stupid? But no, they're not stupid. Because you know what? That was me at one point. Like, you just want to feel loved. You just want to have somebody. And thank God I'm blessed with a wonderful husband who loves me for me, who is just amazing and is amazing with my parents and is just a loving family guy. And he's just great. And everybody in my family loves him. He's just a great guy. He's just awesome. So, but my story is, well, that's part of my story, of course. But my story is, I was married once. And, I got married when I was very, very young. I was a child. I was 21. 21, no, 22, I'm sorry. 21, I got engaged. 22, I got married. And worst thing I ever did, but at the time, it was lust. And I felt cool because I was like, oh, yeah, this, and that. Now, your parents, the girl's parents pay for everything. And of course, my father, for all his children, he'd, of course, would want to do everything. But we were like, no, no, no. So he paid for the whole and we paid for everything else because we wanted to like feel cool and do it, Like we were like, yeah, we could do this, because we just felt cool. Like, we were just like, we were young and dumb. We were. And the guy I was with, I'll just say his name is Bobby. He was really good at the time. And I thought like he was such a great guy, this, and that. And I was just so happy. And I'm like, oh, yeah, it's going to be great, blah, blah, blah. And I started realizing the more and more I was with him, the more and more it wasn't love. It was just to have somebody. It was just to have like a person to be near you, just so you're not lonely. And that's sad. And I know a lot of people go through that. I know I'm not the only one, but it was sad. But I actually was cheated on by this Bobby. Um Nobody knows, and that's why our relationship ended, because I could never ever get it out of my head. I'm sorry, but I feel like once a cheater, always a cheater. I don't know how anybody else feels about that. Comment below. What do you think? I mean, I know people change, of course, but it just really took me for like it really took me for a loop. I was just like, wow. And I remember one time I was cooking and I was making lasagna and I was waiting. I'm like, where is he? Where is he? And he was the type that was like always on time, always home, blah blah blah. And he was like, oh, I'm not gonna be there right now. I got in a fight with my brother or something. I don't even remember the whole story because it was such a long time ago. But I made lasagna and I was just like, okay, as long as you're okay. But you know, woman's intuition. We know our thing. And in my gut, it just didn't feel right. And then we were sitting at the table. The next day, he came home. He came over. This is when we were still engaged at this point. And he came over and now mind you, the day before that he wasn't answering my messages, nothing until later on, and that was very unlike him. He was like up my butt 24/7. Like he was always like all the time, always wanted to be here. So I was like, that's so weird. So he told me he had a fight and he was in Queens with his family and it was his brother or whatever. So he couldn't make it that day. So I was like, no problem. I'll put the lasagna away as long as I know he's okay. And if he couldn't make it the next day, as long as I knew he was okay, we'd eat at home. No problem. Comes over the next day. He seemed kind of cocky. And I'm just sitting at the kitchen table. And he had like this cockiness about him. I'm like, what's going on with him? Because like everything was cool. Like we were good. And then all of a sudden he shows me a picture of a girl. And the girl was just like, whatever. Nothing like, whatever. So I'm just like, for me, beauty is within. I've always been like that. So, but I don't look at people and go, ill, you gross, or ill, that. No. But I was just like, why are you showing me this girl? And I'm like, was this something like with the fight or something that happened yesterday at Queens? And all of a sudden he told me that the reason why he didn't come is because he was with this girl. He's like, and this girl, like, means a lot to me. And I'm like, what? How long have you known her for? And he's like, I just met her. And he went into detail with certain things. And I won't talk about that. And I was just like, are you freaking kidding me? I was disgusted. And I was just like, wow. But stupid me. I made him leave. Maybe like, I think it was like a week. I'd probably say a week. It wasn't longer than a week. I took him back. He cried. Sorry. Never again. We would never do it again. Blah, blah, blah. And then after that, everything was okay for a while, but it was still in my mind. And we did get married, but he was always looking at other people, and I just didn't feel the way I should be felt. And now I know how that feels. And to feel loved is someone being there for you all the time, letting you know you're beautiful, just taking care of your loved ones when you need help, just showing love without even asking. That's true love to me. And you don't need anything, nothing materialistic, just being there and not doing anything bad. But I was so dumb and young and naive. I stayed with the guy for another so many years. And then I found out that he cheated again on me with his brother's ex-girlfriend while I was married to him. And I never told anybody. And it was sad. And I just let it go. And I just said, you know what? Marriage has ended, whatever. I remember in the den where my dogs are now, we did like a little fight talk or whatever. And he got up and left and took off. Thought he was all cool or whatever. And then that was it. And I'm like, I'm done. I don't want anything. I don't want any part of you. I'm done. There's more to it, but I'm not adding all the other stuff in it. I don't want to make this too long. But it's just, we're so like wanting to be loved and cared for, that we don't realize that when we're doing that, we're hurting ourselves when we let people do stuff like that to us. So don't do that to yourself. You're so much better than that. And I know it's hard. Nobody wants to be lonely. Nobody wants to be not having anybody, but it's better than going through stuff like that, especially what I went through and I kept quiet, especially living home and keeping it quiet for so many years. Nobody knew. And it was hard. And then I found out later on, we reconnected and we just had to talk because we were older and we were civil and we talked about it. And he let me know that he was actually at one of my family members, always hanging out there, going there on holidays and stuff like that. I was like, what? And he was like, yeah, and they're talking bad about you. And his ex even broke up with him because of it. She was like, it was unbelievable, the stuff that they were saying about you. I was like, wow, that's real nice. That's real nice. But I don't deal with people like that anymore. But I was just like, wow. And I was like, and you allowed? He was like, no. He was like, I just did it because I just wanted to be closer to you. Closer to me. I'm not even over there. So what's the deal? Yeah, but it wasn't me. You know, they were always stalking me and wanted me to be over there, blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh, please. So I met his new girlfriend, which she seemed very sweet. And now she's married to him. And she was like, that would never happen. She's like, I would never go to that person's house. And that, yeah, no. And I was just like, I was really like, wow. The stories I heard and the stuff that I got, I was like, I couldn't believe it. So don't let anybody make you feel less than. And don't feel like you need somebody just to have somebody. Be with somebody because they truly love you and make you happy. Because other than that, what's the point? You know what I mean? Of course, every relationship has its ups and downs. Mine's not perfect. Nobody's is perfect. If anybody ever said their relationship's perfect, they're liars. There's nobody that has a perfect relationship. But you shouldn't have a bad one either. There's good and bad in every relationship. But there should be more good than bad. And then another relationship, I'll name him Troy. Troy was he was the one after Bobby. He was verbally, mentally, and physically abusive. And I never let anybody in my family know because I know my family's tight and they would have went crazy. Yeah. But I stayed in like an idiot for a long, long time. Because why? I was insecure, I was lonely, and I was miserable. And of course, I don't want to hurt anybody else. And I felt bad leaving the person, even though Troy was treating me like that. And when I say mentally, always on the computer looking at things that were very bad, and verbally just the way talking to me like I was nothing, and basically using me. I was the one paying for everything, and physically pushing me up against the wall. I'm strong, so I could have fought back, but I just allowed it because I didn't want to get to a point where it would be anything where my family would know, because I know my family would have came in and done something. Definitely. My family don't roll like that. We protect each other and stuff like that. But yeah. And people have seen it when he went to his rentals, and there was a lady that rented in one of the places, and he was like running around the table trying to chase me to like hit me, and I was like, no, this ain't happening. And what made me leave was I looked at my credit card and I found out that he took some girl when I got a job for him out to eat. He never took me out to eat. Took her out for ice cream, took her out to all these places I would have loved to go into. He never took me anywhere and paid. I always paid for everything. And he took her out and he paid with my card, but then afterwards still hung out with her later and paid with his stuff too. But it was like, wow. I realized, you know what, Desi? You're so much better than this. After I got out of it, I did feel bad. But then that's when I started traveling and I started going places. And I met people and I'm so happy. I did what I did. And then I met a guy that I was in Paris. He was cool. He was awesome. But it just didn't work out because I met my wonderful husband. So just don't ever stay in a relationship that because you're lonely and you just need somebody. Stay in a relationship because you're being treated well, because you should be treated well. And you also should treat the person well. And if you don't have that yet, you will. Eventually you will. It takes time. It's so weird because I wasn't looking for anything. It just came to me. And that's how it usually works, they say. When you're not looking, when you least expect it, that's when it happens. So I just wanted to share that story because when I was watching YouTube, I was like, wow, let me share the story with people. So just in case there's people that are sad and down today, they know there's other people that have gone through stuff and you can get through it. Just put yourself first, though. And don't be with anybody that's going to treat you bad. You're better than that. Don't worry. But also you treat people good, too. But, yeah, I've been put through the ringer with people. And a lot of people don't know my stories. A lot. Nobody does. I kept them very quiet. The ones who do know is Bobby and Troy. They know very well what they did to me. There's nothing to lie about. There's no need to. It was a long time ago anyway, so it's over with. I was in my 20s and early 30s with that, so it's whatever. And after that, in my 30s, mid-30s, I had an awesome life. Fun. Traveled. Awesome. But, and then I met my wonderful husband. And the moment I seen him in Dubai, he was just the one. He did everything for me. And it's not even that, like I said, I don't care for stuff materialistic, anything like that. Just protecting me, being there for me, showing the love, paying for me. I'm not used to that. I always had it. Take out my credit card, my money. He did that all. And he even got me gifts. Like, how beautiful is that? I never experienced that in my life. Until him and the person in Paris. It meant a lot. And it still does. So I want everybody to feel special. Don't ever let anybody make you feel less than. Because we all deserve the best. And hope everybody has a great Valentine's Day. Even if you don't have a Valentine's, have fun. And just be happy with yourself. And be true to yourself. And one day you'll get somebody. And if not, just be happy with you. And enjoy yourself with friends and loved ones. That's it. All right? So that is my story for today. True story. Could have been longer, but it's kind of sad. And it brings up some stuff don't want to go into. But yeah. So I just want you guys to just always know that you don't need a man or a woman to make you feel better about yourself. You need yourself to make you feel good about yourself. That's all. Okay? Don't let anybody hurt you verbally, mentally, physically. Please don't stay in a relationship like that. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. I lost a lot of years. A lot of years. A lot. My second one, really long. Yeah. But I'm good now and I'm happy and I'm positive about it and I keep moving forward, and that's what you do. You just put a smile on your face and keep going, and it's going to be okay. All right? So Desi's here. If you have any comments, you know what to do. Below, write a comment, any experiences you've had, anything you've gone through. That way you can help others. People can talk. We can all engage on here on my channel. I need more engagement on here. Let's engage. Talk about it. These are my stories right now until I do my cooking and baking, because I do story time. Let's engage. Your story can help somebody else, and then their story can help somebody. All it takes is one person to start, and then it can just, keep going, and everybody can help each other. So Desi's always here, and God bless.